Hello Internet, Archegos here. This is Archegos' face. The last time I did one of these videos was about 3 years ago when I did a review for the Dell U3818DW Ultrawide monitor. Now, it wasn't Dell's first ultrawide monitor, but it certainly was the first ultrawide monitor from Dell that was worthy of conversation. And I've loved that monitor ever since. I continue to use it to this day. It's an excellent productivity monitor for work, and it's a great monitor for gaming as well. So that video has been my single most successful, completely self-made video on YouTube to date, and I really appreciate everybody's support and feedback on that video, as well as the opportunities that that video presented for me as far as being able to work with like the NVOG guys and with Linus and some other YouTube content creators. So I've been very appreciative of all that, and I've been wanting to do another one of these videos for quite a while. I've just been waiting for the right opportunity and the right product. And I think I have that opportunity now with the brand new Dell U3818DW monitor, which is a 38-inch monitor using the 2018 technology, so the future. But let's see exactly what 3 years and 4 additional inches get for you. Yeah. So in the box you'll find pretty much the same experience as the U3415W, except this time around the base comes in 2 pieces instead of 1 pre-assembled unit. This is likely due to the need to increase the base's footprint and mass to allow stably accommodating a larger display. Also inside the box you'll find the factory color calibration report. I'll link a scan of my report in the description below, but keep in mind that these reports tend to change from monitor to monitor as tolerances and thresholds can sway. Inside you'll also find a novelty install media beverage coaster, a power cable, a DisplayPort cable, and an HDMI cable. You'll also find 2 USB upstream cables, which I'll talk about here in a second, a USB Type-C cable and a USB Type-B cable. Setting up the monitor was just as intuitive as the previous gen, as removing the display from the packaging was rather effortless. And for its size, this monitor was fairly light, about the same as or even less than the U3415W. I had no problems getting to the monitor, lifting it, assembling it, and moving it around the house completely on my own. I didn't need any sort of assistance. 2 of the new features added with this monitor were ones I didn't even know I needed until I saw them. First, the monitor features a DisplayPort capable USB-C connection with full pass-through capability. With this connection, you can attach a USB-C capable device like a laptop to the monitor and use it as a dock, sharing the USB connections on the monitor with the device like it was attached to both a DisplayPort and a USB upstream connector hub at the same time. Second, this monitor comes with 2 additional USB upstream hubs in addition to the USB-C connection. These hubs share all the USB connections on this monitor as well. So what this means is you can plug a keyboard and a mouse directly into the monitor and then use them across all devices that use the monitor as a fully functional KVM switch. One caveat though on the USB-C connection: the monitor can only pass up to 100 watts back to the laptop, so you can use high-powered laptops like a workstation, but it may slowly lose charge over time, albeit at a much slower rate than using the device alone without any connection at all. The menu system is largely the same as before, with the addition of the new feature controls. So you can assign which USB hub to use with each display, or none at all. You can also set presets here to match and work with the Dell Display Manager. Ultrawide monitors have become much more common since the last video, so I'm going to skip past the compatibility and the functionality comparisons and tests. Suffice to say, you should have no problems getting your applications or your games to work with this monitor in most cases, and in those cases where it doesn't, there are workarounds. The extra screen space and resolutions are substantial compared to the U34. In a side-by-side comparison, the U34 may appear to have a slightly better pixel density, but it's not going to be by much, and the extra screen space and the improved resolution of the U38 more than make up for the slight loss of fidelity. At 3860 by 1600, this monitor is pretty much pushing the limits of my 980 Ti. Thankfully, I have a 1080 Ti on my workbench getting ready for a water block, but if you're seriously looking at this monitor, you definitely want to consider your hardware. At 38 inches, the screen size seems to hit that sweet spot I've been looking for maximal productivity in gaming without introducing strain or the need to shift to see everything on the screen. The curve is more pronounced than the U3818DW, but still subtle and unobtrusive. The display presents a perfect aspect in games, and little to no distortion in lines crossing to or near the edges of the screen, unless you're looking for them. Backlight bleed was not much of a problem on the U34, but it was there if you looked for it. On the U38, I'm hard-pressed to see backlight bleed on this display. But I'm also using the Dell Display Manager at this time, and I know it has a dynamic setting to reduce backlighting at all in darker images. Overall, I'm very happy with this monitor. At $1,500 though, I'm not sure I could recommend it to just anybody. If you're just looking for an ultra widescreen gaming monitor, there are much better options for lower prices. But if you need a decent productivity monitor that can also act as a gaming monitor, the U3818DW is hard to beat. With the added capability of acting as a KVM and a dock, this monitor kind of opens the door for a new level of convenience and productivity that I've never considered before. Ultimately, those two new features are what really convinced me to consider upgrading. So there you have it. This is the brand new U3818DW ultra widescreen monitor from Dell. Thanks for watching.